And there we have it, lads and ladies and gentlemen. We're back for the final game, brought to you from the Monster Energy DreamHack studio, bringing you the Nordic Championship 2019 summer season. It's the end of the day. We've got one more match left between Copenhagen Flames and Nordavind. Now, before we go into a short breakdown of the last game and what they might pick, I want to give you guys a quick update on the results on the off-stream games. We saw Ventus take down NJ. Final Tribe brought Dusty to a halt with a 2-0. Falcon, we watched them take out Neon, and also the the Icelandic FH 2-0'd Celestial Gaming from Norway, which is a surprise. So Icelandic showing up on the tournament. And now, super happy to see that. Really cool. So the final game between Nordavind and Copenhagen Flames is on the way. We just watched Nordavind claw themselves back on the hands of Kekt. What do you do to stop this man? Because he was the shining light in game one also.
I mean, what do you do in general? Because he's not really like a 1 or 2 or 3 champ player. He showed us a huge array of champions that he can play at the maximum level possible. So I feel like it's gonna have to be keeping your last pick for Nishuis and possibly try to counterpick Keks and then get a very strong jungler for Young, because he had a great start into this game and his Rek'Sai in the first game was really great as well. So try to get this going with Young and Nishuis, get a very fairly safe bot lane for Gabi and Kalira. They could also play, the Lucian and Brom again. It really worked for them. They know how to play that. They can play aggressive, they can play defensive, and Eden Fox will manage himself in the mid lane, no problem. So maybe believe a little bit more in the abilities of Nishuis, not necessarily to be the carry like Kex does, but to shut Kex down, at least for starters.
Especially with a little bit of jungle influence from Young. As you said, he was very proactive, but it's mostly in the mid lane. So perhaps with a little bit of this change of focus from Copenhagen Flames, they could shut this series down. But the Norway's #1 representative is nothing to scoff at, and they have it in them to secure this one.
Is Mordekaiser going to get
sure.
banned?
Is it?
That's the question.
Don't know what to say. Yeah, Mordekaiser is going to be left up. Kex's first pick after Silas, Yumi, and Lux were taken away from Copenhagen Flames. Nico, Tom, Kenj removed from Nordavind. They're thinking about it. 100%.
Surely not. Surely you're not going to leave this unbanned. I mean, you have Aatrox and Mordekaiser. There you go. Okay. Fine, we'll deal with the Aatrox. One champion at a time, guys, please.
There's the Karma, though. And teams have shown that they're so willing to play that top lane Karma. Yes, Eden Fox's Aatrox is fantastic. And if you put Nishuis on the Aatrox, then you can have the Karma farm Kleptomancy stacks on him for quite some time. You talked about this a little bit earlier, until the Aatrox scales up to become that murder machine as you know him for. So they actually opting for the Karma flex pick instead of the Aatrox denial. How that's going to work out, we'll have to see. Xayah locked in for Copenhagen Flames. Does Nordavind take the Rakan and deny it? Caitlyn also picked.
I have a feeling that this Karma Caitlyn might be the bot lane for the side of Gigashock, or I was about to say something that has a stun or a bind. That is absolutely perfect. If the Q lands from Morgana, if somebody gets binded, then they're most likely dead, because you can pop your trap if you're Caitlyn on top of that bind, and with Rakan there, he's super squishy, so these headshots start landing. And right now with the buff to Caitlyn that the headshot damage from the trap is even higher, there's a lot of ability for a 2v2 down the bot lane for Nordavind.
The CC chain is so obnoxious to go up against if you're if you call heroes Rakan, and that's not even mentioning the amount of push potential that they have packed in this potential dual lane. Remember, we could obviously see Morgana flexed mid lane. It doesn't seem likely looking at the players that we have, but then again, we saw Ericsson on Azir in game one, so anything can really happen here. The ban phase continues, Renekton removed, which you are a big fan of, I've heard, as a staple early and mid game pick who's strong already as it is, and Sejuani also
Nothing
gone.
really counters him that much. Yes, the karma could potentially, push him back like she does with any kind of fighter melee in the top lane, but you pretty much win every single matchup. He is so strong right now, and that's why he gets right away removed, because he could also be a flex pick. You still don't know where the karma is going. Could potentially go in the hands of Ericsson in the mid lane, although I don't believe that this is the case. I think X is like, okay, wait, I've played a mage top lane, I've played the Mordekaiser, and this time I'm gonna play the Karma. So I have a feeling this is a Kekt's Karma in the top lane, and that Ericsson is gonna pull out an assassin this time. This is gonna be like a true nature Ericsson in the mid lane, but we'll have to wait and see, I think.
Putting Kekt on Karma, though, is perhaps shooting yourself in the foot a little bit, since this guy is the man who's had your back and brute
Ooh.
forced you into a game 2
And you see
win.
what's happening here?
Uh, yeah, that's the Jarvan. It could very well be top, and it could be jungle. It doesn't
And
matter
last
because
pick.
the Karma is so easily countered with that Cataclysm. And if you force that flash, it's just straight up gone. Xin is a nice answer. It synergizes with the Karma to some extent, and you can also 2v2 for a bit. But Jarvan is such a threat. Now, is this Karma going top? We get to find out in a very short amount of time. But I adore that Jarvan pick.
I love the Javan pick because it's such an early aggression jungler. Plus, they've left last pick for Nishuis. So whatever, there you go.
There you go. You
Ericsson
wanted to see
on the
it.
LeBlanc, and Kex ends up with a Karma in hand. I want to see something like possibly a Jace in the top lane. Jace Javan would have been fantastic. You can go for the AP scaling, but that is not going to help you that much in the early game, such as something like a Nico AP in the top lane, like a Vladimir, a Rumble. But I want to see something that generally can go against the Karma and smash the lane together with the Javan. And they're going to put the Aatrox this time in the top lane. This is absolutely perfect because we saw this matchup again with Haru, and Haru was losing on the Karma versus the Aatrox. Add the Javan to the equation. I feel like this is a recipe for a more smoother looking top lane on the side of Copenhagen Flames.
You wanted to see what Copenhagen Flames could do to shut down Kekt. This is exactly what you've got going for yourself in this Game 3 draft right here. Utilize the Jarvan, shut down top lane, and get your Aatrox going. Yes, Karma can provide the utility later on, but with a snowballing Aatrox in the top side, who can perhaps get a little bit of magic resist going. Also, perhaps even just Murktreads or a Spectre's Cowl, then it's going to do a lot for the pure dominance of this top lane pick. Then again, it's young. We're likely to see him hold Eden Fox's hands, but man, I'd be disappointed if we don't see some sort of adaptation in the gameplay plan that Copenhagen Flames forges here in the final match point.
I mean, you see the difference also here that the teams are not running teleports on their ADCs. They're looking for blood. They're looking for that 2v2. We know that Gabi and Kalira is going to look for the 2v2. They love that. They want the pressure. They went with the Lovers Duo because it synergizes so well with each other. On the other hand, though, Tide and Gigashock, they're not holding back. They're going with the Heal Ignite as well, with a very strong lane. Morgana is such a good counter for the Rakan, but it also synergizes so well with the Caitlyn and the poke and the traps. So CC down, you counter Rakan's CC, and I feel like this is a great choice. Again, from Nordavind, you've got Ericsson on his very favorite, let's say, assassin blank in the mid lane. Oh, Nisquis has spotted though the action right here. So I don't think there's much that's gonna be happening. They wanted some cheeky action probably up the top quadrant of Flames jungle, but it's not going to be the case.
And crucially, it allows Gooby and Kilhere to place some scouting wards there in the top side to have complete vision of everything that Nordavind will do. But they answer with a ward of their own on that Raptor camp. And Young is going back, resetting a little bit and repositioning perhaps. So you talked a little bit about the Caitlyn Morgana lane. They will push naturally, and they've got fantastic siege, but that's a Jarvan in the enemy team. If you abuse this bot lane duo too hard, that just puts another potential point of focus for Young. And in a 3v3 situation, wait, hang on just a second. Gigashock is going to walk straight into 2. There's the grand entrance, and they don't flash forward. I could have maybe gone for that with
I
Gigashock
feel so too.
flash already down now, and Gigashock's handicapped for the start of the lane. But in a 3v3 situation, which side do you think has it with jungle and bot side together?
I think it's going to have to depend on when the junglers enter the fight and what CC of course goes down. If Rakan is able to get a great knockup and Young's Jarvan follows through, I feel like, yes, this is material for a winning 3v3. But then if somebody steps onto a cupcake or gets bound by the Morgana, then it swaps to the other side of the map. So I feel like it completely depends on who walks into whose trap first. And I'm really excited because all eyes were on Kex, both matches that we've seen so far. So all eyes, I feel like, are going to be on him this time as well, because I'm really excited to see what is he going to do with his karma. I mean,
how much can you really do on Kleptomancy
I don't know exactly.
early on, though?
I don't really know. You go in Ardent Sensor and Gauntlet and Holy Grail. You go all of these items that are anything but damagey, and Kex has been going all out the first 2 games. So he's like, guys, all right, I did these things in the past 2 games. Now I'm just going to chill on the karma. I'm going to shield you, and you do the work for me.
Or he goes full-on Luden's Morello and gobsmacks his
God.
Aatrox. That'd
If
be
that's
something.
the case,
I kind of want that to happen, actually, if I'm going to be honest. And he's already getting the push down and saying who is the better, pre-6 champion and early game.
Here we go.
Here, yeah, that's the 3v3 that we talked about. Look, they're literally right next to each other. Watch these junglers. It's Young who disengages, and that gives Ploxy the advantage to stick around. He's just sort of sitting here. So what's going on, really? He gets spotted out, but he will stay for the Scuttle contestation, and even Eden Fox, with that mid lane priority, moves down and secures Scuttle Crab for Young.
I just wanted to mention a big positive attribute to having that LeBlanc in the mid lane for Nordavind is the fact that Eden Fox, to stay alive in lane, he is gonna have to go for that Hex Shrinker. You need to be able to stay alive. You've got the Karma that does a ton of AP damage early game. You cannot, oh my god!
Look top side. Is it gonna be a solo kill? What is he doing? Nijhus! Oh no, Kekt. He gets that mantra empowered Q. It sticks on the ground, and Nijhuis does not move out of it. An auto attack and the second proc is all it takes. I mean, the mindset of this top laner, you have to think that this guy is losing focus here in the 3rd game.
Yeah, it hasn't been like the pettiest of situations for him in the past games. So right now he wanted to do something. He wanted to transition the aggression of Kex into a kill of his own and try to get that top lane ahead by himself, but it wasn't really the case because yes, Karma does have the upper hand super early into the game against the Aatrox, and you do need jungle attention to try and get you ahead, at least towards the very late into the game. Kex knows exactly how to play this lane. He's doing fantastic. He's been doing fantastic games so far, and
oh, look at the damage miss. Oh man. Eden Fox feeling the pain there. Yeah, he's gonna need that extra.
And you see where Ploxy is. You see where Ploxy is. He's towards the top side that both his solo lanes have priority on. So he can't stay around his jungle and the enemy jungle as well without actually being worried, because both of his laners can follow up. Teleport is going to be used by Eden Fox, and you see on the other hand that Ericsson has the Ignite. So he wants to force Eden Fox to that Hex Drinker, which is going to be the case. And what that does is it slows down the mid-game power spike of the Javan and Trinity Force Corki around the Drake area, and in general the objective area, you know, Shelly or the Drake, which is a mounted Drake this time, and it's going to have to be contested at some point. So you push back that power spike from the Corki on the Trinity Force, and you can actually fight around objective.
And that's crucial because securing that early Mountain Dragon not only empowers your Caitlyn bottom lane sieger that we've emphasized so much, it not only emphasizes Kekt's split pushing up top, or I mean early laning I should say, and turret plate taking, but it also denies it from the double AD composition, which Copenhagen Flames could spiral their siege out of control with. So that Mount Dragon is 100% going to be contested. We already see some wards around it by Young. There's a control ward right in that Death Brush. But the thing is, as you said, they have to start establishing some sense of lane priority to even be able to move there, because right now they don't have it.
And I'm loving Ericsson's itemization here. He rushed penetration boots straight away, and great move right there, but Plox on the other side. He's not going to take the blast cone in. He's going to blast cone towards the Krugs. So all good. We've got a little bit of a lag issue with Nishuis. So we're going to hopefully resolve this really quickly. But nevertheless, this is a Mountain Drake. Copenhagen Flames, really well done. They managed to back faster than Nordavind's bot lane, so they were faster at the objective as well. And look at that. The bot lane of Nordavind is so far away, so Ploxy cannot get anywhere near this dragon and contest. Also, Eden Fox is also moving towards there, so it is going to be a 100% Mountain Drake secured for the Copenhagen Flames.
And so all they have to do at this point, you could argue, is to bear the lanes. Just have this Aatrox sit, take the pummeling from the Karma. Just don't go aggressively and mess up again. I mean, you can go aggressively, but just don't go for these overconfident plays and misjudge the top lane damage. Obviously, there's not much damage that's going to come in from a Iceborne Gauntlet Rush Karma. But I mean, just stay safe. And with the Corki against LeBlanc, just get your power spikes, even though it's delayed. And once you do, then you can start using this Mountain Dragon, and perhaps second one will amplify this strategy also with a potential another Mountain Dragon, or even an Air Dragon wouldn't be too bad. But yeah, they pretty much have to sit back and chill for a bit, I'd argue.
I think this is the memo for both teams at this point. You want to get your karma strong enough that when the shields pop, your Caitlyn is going to stay so safe and have the attack speed from the Arden Sensor, which is going to follow up as the items are being purchased by Kex in the top lane. So we generally know, like you said, that Caitlyn is a weapon that you take it from lane to lane to lane to try and siege. Gubby and Kalira are so good at playing the 2v2s that Tide has yet to touch the enemy bot lane tower. We're going to be pausing right here and seeing the Mountain Drake indeed go into the hands of the Copenhagen Flames. And yeah, I'd like to see how Tide is being used here, because so far he's been denied the power of Caitlyn that he holds in his hands.
He is being denied to some extent, but I mean, still establishing a little bit of a CS lead. So, meanwhile, topside, it's happening again. Nishus takes a chunk for 65% of his HP. Meanwhile, Eden Fox takes a not so beneficial trade for himself up down there also. So, in two places at once, Copenhagen Flames, it's this amplified to a ridiculous extent how little priority they have in these lanes. They cannot move out of them. And with the TP down for both of these members, there's little they can do other than just try to bury it. And meanwhile, in the bot side, Binding hits a minion. It wasn't even close to hitting anyone. Kishok, I guess, forgetting that that skill shot does not go through minions. I mean, sometimes it feels like it does, but not at all of this time. So, Copenhagen Flames, Gooby and Kilhira, they're perfectly fine.
Meanwhile, Kex is literally bullying Nishui's under tower. This is going to be another wave that's going to crush into Nishui's tower, and he's not going to be there to grab neither the gold nor the
That hurts.
experience. Oh, we might have a dive.
Meanwhile, on the bot side, there's the Dark Binding coming in, but it's purely to force away that shield dash by Rakan to force a couple of more turret plates. Tide and Gigashock are securing these plates by plate, and you hate to see it when you're Gooby and Kalkira. Look, they're so far behind now. With those plates going down, there's an extra 320 gold. Yes, finally, there's some objective or some plates being secured mid lane, so the cross map sort of is there, with Eden Fox capitalizing on the back, but it's rough.
In general, for Copenhagen Flames at 2,000 gold behind, 9 minutes only into the game.
Yeah.
That is huge, because right now Plox is going to be unleashed. All of his lanes have priority. I mean, LeBlanc is bullying Corki in the mid lane. I'm not going to say anything about the top lane anymore, and right now Tide and Gigashock have what it takes to push back Guppy and Kalira underneath the tower. Check this out though, Young is in the bot lane, but also Ploxy and Ericsson is moving down the river.
It's as if they're setting a trap, overextending as they know, but realizing they're doing this and setting up the countermeasures way ahead of time, so that in case Young shows, they will have the response. And he is there, Ploxy's there also, and there's the binding landing, there's that cataclysm, hits Gigashock, but there's the instant Morgana ultimate coming in, quickness grand entrance with the ignite on top of it, but look how much damage they're dealing. There is that kill finally going over to Kalkir with the ignite running. Eden Fox forces 2 flashes, I believe, all on his own at the cleanup. Nishui meanwhile is taking a fight topside, but he doesn't want it. He forces his own flash. Oh man, flash forward by Ericsson, the quick 1-2 assassination, but here comes Young and Eden Fox once again. Tide is flashless, surely he's dead. There's the knock-up. Young secures that one. And it's a messy situation down here, but all in all,
it's funny because they were both teams ready to take the fight, but it was so messy from both of them that I don't think kills were expected the way they went to. Nevertheless, Nishuis is still trying his luck with Keks in the top lane that almost has that gauntlet in his hand. And let's have a look at who cashed in on the kills. There is one on Ericsson, but hold on to that because Gigashock is in the top lane.
He's trying to set up a dive attempt, but I don't think it's very realistic. Even with Gigashock right there, your dark shield, your black shield, does not shield against turret shots. Unfortunately, Morgana can accomplish many things, but that's not one of them.
Oh yeah, because that would have been completely not broken if she could shield some tower hits.
I mean, with Aerie, I guess, you know, there's that possibility, but obviously not running that. Okay, what is the next dragon? It is another mountain dragon, so this one is crucial. If you let this one go over to the hands of Copenhagen Flames, you can say goodbye to your Caitlyn push priority and counter siege here, because there's no way they can defend. Even if Copenhagen Flames can only muster a few auto attacks here and there, I think.
Look at that though, Ericsson is chilling in the top side, he has no teleport. I think Nordavind have actually been okay with the fact that that Mandrake is actually going to be taken away by the hands of Copenhagen Flames, and they're trading by taking away Shelly. Teleport going to be used by Eden Fox as well to try and defend the top side, but there's 4 members of Nordavind around, and this could be Shelly being dropped straight away, and that tower will be gone.
It will be gone, and it will be gone quite quickly if they choose to drop the Rift Herald. But the thing is, you can only drop Rift Herald once. Mountain Dragon is for the rest of the game. So I would, for sure, be super happy with that trade if I'm Copenhagen Flames. And they don't even lose out on the top turret just yet, with Eden Fox obviously teleporting to defend it. Instead, both the ADCs and supports are regrouping mid lane to have a standoff there instead.
And you can see that right here with Nishuis, he's having a much easier time dealing with the karma. He's going towards that level 10. He will get his level 2 ultimate really soon, and he will be able to deal with Kex no problem. The thing with Karma is that you get her early into the game to be able to pressure back any fighters, slash assassins in the top lane, slash AD tanks. But towards the mid game, you start trying to group with your team because that shield advantage that you have is much larger than the impact that you have on a side lane. And here you've seen that we've put the Caitlyn into the mid lane to try and siege with Shelly, while Ericsson is on a side lane, and Eden Fox cannot join his team because teleport needs to be used.
He's walking there though, and they're trying to set up some sort of pincer move. Wait, look at Tide, so mispositioned. There's the Cataclysm, but it's on a Giga Shock as well as Ploxy, and he quickly goes down. Both members with Nish, who is coming in clutch on the right side flank. But he only had to walk. That was all it took, and he joined the fight in the exact right time to clean up this one. A fast 2-0. For Copenhagen Flames as Ericsson and Eden Fox trade in the left side. Wow,
that's
nice
quick
defense.
2 kills. Exactly, that's a quick 2 kills, and that was a great engage by Young. He sees that the black shield is set on Tide, so he's like, all right, I'm gonna target the other 2 players that are more prone to get damaged by my team. Pinch is in Giga Shock and Ploxy into the Cataclysm, and the rest of his team dispatches from them. Great stuff coming from the Copenhagen Flames, who have actually managed to close the gap in this gold deficit. They're only 500 gold behind now.
They have done so very successfully. Gradually, bit by bit, they defended topside, dissuaded the plates, which would have granted Nordavind an even bigger lead earlier on. Obviously, that still went down a mid lane, but it could have been so much worse. But with the correct responses cross map for Copenhagen Flame, they intelligently maneuver around where the threats are and scrape up a little bit of a gold equalizer, as we should say. It's pretty much even now. And if we take a look at where the gold leads are, we've got pretty much a 1.5k gold lead for Kex, but it's almost matched by Young. There's package being used just to escape. It's very clear where the power points are for these two teams.
100%. And to be honest though with you, if I could trade all these kills onto Young, onto someone else, maybe Eden Fox or Gubby, even better, I would do that. But you know what? Kills are kills, and we still see like the mid laners up the top lane are going at it, and this time it is Ericsson that's losing the trade, and it's not even a Trinity Phones completed for Eden Fox. So once this happens, I think Ericsson is going to struggle even more going on the side lane against Eden Fox.
There's such a small window where you have to output all of your LeBlanc burst onto Eden Fox before you allow Eden Fox to trade back with these auto attacks that are going to hurt. Yes, the Hex Trinity did push back the power spike quite a bit, but the Trinity Force will come, and then the crit will follow. So the longer the game goes, the rougher the time for Ericsson. If it's already started, oh man, you're feeling sad about that.
You're gonna see, of course, the impact that the Caitlyn will have later into the game. We're forgetting here that these two ADCs are not really coming online unless they have each. So the ADC power here is very equal. Now, the thing that Caitlyn has an advantage in is that range, that she can be super far away from danger and still put the pain down, while Xayah, well, this is why she has the ultimate she has, because she does get into a lot of danger trying to get closer to the target to auto-attack, that you do need the Feather Storm to be able to escape someone like Ploxy that's coming at you, or someone like Ericsson. We've talked about how good Xayah is at fending off these assassins, and Ericsson is running one of them right now. Oh!
Big engage coming in by Cool Hero and the Young. The Cataclysm comes in on the right side, however, Kahila CCs several members. That's Ploxy activating that Ninja Ultimate just to stay alive, but it's not enough. The Crashing Guard finally expires, and Eden Fox gets the shutdown and the quick 2 kills once again. goes over to Copenhagen Flames, and they're looking at the third Mountain Dragon of the game. However, the Shui's almost gets rooted up, has to flash away, and Kex is looking for it. Surely that's going to be the Mountain Dragon, and there it is. Triple a Mountain Dragon for Copenhagen Flames with a double ADC composition on the split pusher.
I hate to see this, but
It's not over yet. Kex is looking for more, but who's catching who once again? Gooby. Kex now forced to stopwatch. Here comes teleport from Eden Fox, I believe. There's a big fight going on the right side. Gooby dead. Young, the same. The headshot isn't quite enough. Tide flashes forward, but do you value your own life that little to trade this one for a 2-for-2? Surely it matters more if you stay alive, but perhaps with all of these Copenhagen Flames members closing in all around, he wouldn't have lived anyway.
Oh, I don't think he would have, so you'd rather probably grab as much gold as possible there. I mean, you're gonna use your flash, but it's gonna get you faster to this 3-item power spike that you need to. So at this point, you can just chill back, try to cash in as much as possible, even if that means you're gonna burn your flash, and that's what happened. And at the end, it's a 2-2, but I feel like the positive of this fight goes towards the Copenhagen Flames. They got 3 Mountain Drakes into the belt. They've managed to get a gold lead from a 2,000 gold deficit, and they do have a great late game composition as well. On the other hand, though, I just wanted to touch a little bit on, and it might come back to bite me. So Kex has been the most successful, let's say, early game player for Nordavind. I'm not going to say late game, I'm just going to go to the early game where he was putting down the pressure and he was getting the lead for his team until his team was scaling to the point where they needed to. So here, putting him on a Karma, you kind of negate that pressure that he was put in the previous games, and now you can see that Nishuiz actually managed to pull up ahead. 2-1 and 3, 150 gold as a bounty. He is enabled right now, and an Aatrox that's enabled into the game that early, 20 minutes in, is a very scary Aatrox.
Comparatively, though, his strength is questionable. 700 gold down to the Caitlyn, obviously tired piloting as that one, and about 1,300 gold down onto Karma counterpart, who is stacking that armor, and it's quite easy to CC Nishuiz also, I believe, with these Karma roots and obviously Morgana bindings and ultimates also, and as you said, the cupcake follow-up. So yes, the Aatrox is unleashed, but he's pretty easy to chain back up again.
Yeah, true that, but I'm talking about in perspective like what was happening to Nishuiz before in the previous games.
Oh, yeah.
Now he's having a much better game with Kex on that Karma. I mean, sure, he got first blooded underneath his tower, solo, yeah. We might have to overlook that and forget it somehow, you know, forget, reset, and go in again. So this is what Nishuiz is doing here. He's doing fine for himself. He's managed to close in on that CS gap as well that he had with Kex. Kex, of course, still ahead, but not that massively.
And with the Ardent Sensor soon completed, he'll be able to fulfill his newfound role as the Enchantress that he has become. And the shield will be rather powerful. The assassination attempt almost goes all the way onto Gooby, but you know, you don't have to kill him if you get the objective anyway. Meanwhile, bot Kex versus Nishuiz, but the Karma speed up is enough. But I mean, there you have it. Yes, Nishuiz is starting to win out on these trades. Yes, Kex can disengage, but you cannot stay next to this Aatrox for a long time whatsoever.
Exactly, and sometimes just making your laner feel comfortable is all they need to keep on going. Right now, the confidence that Nishuiz has by knowing that he can 1v1 Kex when he comes down to it, I think it's what's giving him, you know, all this confidence and boost to push his lane, to feel good about himself. And of course, this also reflects in the team because it's all about, you know, the team mentality and how everything affects each other in the game. And I feel like that Nishuiz is at a much better, let's say, mental state right now.
looking much better for sure. He
Oh,
did draw the short
Baron.
end of the stick in the previous games. Yes, the Baron has been started, but quickly disengaged as Nordavind find out about their shenanigans and quickly say, hello, we do not want any of this going on right on our doorstep. Ploxy scouting for potential members. He does see them with the sweepers, and Copenhagen Flames are
And
starting
here we go
Baron
again.
again. Nishu is backing, so he's getting a last bite. Got 1.1k gold before he TPs back in. Surely, watch the fight.
Sterex.
Big engage coming in, but beautiful black shield. Tide is dead, however. Massive shutdown going on for Eden Fox. There is Ploxy in the middle of several. He finds one in a 1v4, while Nishu tries to push away the remaining Nordavind members. But there's a route. Gorgeous route there by Kex, allowing Ericsson to pick up that one also, and that's a crucial kill there, making it a 2-for-1 in favor of Nordavind. And they're looking at mid lane, it seems, with Young still having that smite available for a Baron threat. You don't want to make it a 50-50, do you?
Oh, definitely not. If the jungler is still alive and spice available, look at Kex!
Look at him. He just tanked so many tower shots. He
Wait a
tanked
minute.
2 towers just to allow Ericsson to get the assassination. Wow. What a guy.
Hey, I wanted to say that that black shield, Giga Shock, was Giga perfect. It was so well timed with the knockup from Java that Tide could stay alive for so long with the shield from Kex and the black shield from Giga Shock. Tide stay alive long enough for Ploxy, like you said, to get a kill in a 1v4, while the rest of Nordavind were taking care of the other members of Copenhagen Flames, and now you can see the true power of a Caitlyn composition. She's slowly getting there, almost on the second Zeal item, almost on that third item. Power Spike, same, cannot be set for Zarya yet. She has been set a little bit behind. She's behind in CS and in gold and in kills, and now it is the time for Nordavind to try and go for that Baron.
Baron once again started by Nordavind. Niche finds a position right on the right side with the rest of his team. Eden Fox, I believe, picks up package. Right now, he does have TP available to him, but that alert sound is enough to tell Nordavind to get the hell away, the hell out of dodge, and reset defensively around the mid turret. Oh, dash interrupted Ericsson. Man, we will Kex actually so close to all the Copenhagen Flames team, but that black shield, watch it, it's denying so much CC, and it was so early also, they cannot break it, it seems. Watch the quickness, grand entrance, what a CC chain, the package is massive, and 2, make it 3, people from Nordavind are dead. Kex finds himself right next to Young, and he's the next on the chopping block. Ericsson gets auto-attacked down by Gooby, cannot defend. He might go for an attempt here. There it is, but it's a Feather Storm, and that's going to be Baron for Copenhagen Flames. Surely they have 3 Mountain Dragons, and yes, the Black Shield was massive, but Copenhagen Flames waited it out, re-engaged, won the fight stylishly.
Wait, I'm gonna quote you here and ask the same question. Is maybe Kex a little bit too overconfident about his play? And this play right there says yes. He literally ran into fog of war. He face-checked the burst. He did not know what was going to be. He did not know the contents of this bush whilst the whole Copenhagen Flames were leaving. He didn't know if there was anyone that's going to be into this bush. There's a Rakan right there. You do not walk into that. He caused his team to get almost ace. Just Ericsson managed to get out of this alive, and Copenhagen Flames turning this onto its head. 3,000 gold lead, a Baron, and triple Mountain Drake.
And it was all so synergized, right? They waited out that Black Shield. Because here we're going in with the quickness and the ground entrance, the package over everyone. Everyone was doing their part, and yeah,
That was a rumble.
a little bit overconfident perhaps. Yeah, that was pretty much an equalizer right there on top of everyone. It didn't really matter against Ploxy. who had that Crescent Guard. Damage reduction, obviously, but I mean, gorgeous stuff all across the board. Now, this translates into a bot lane push, and it shouldn't be long. They've got Baron buff, they've got triple Mana Dragon. That's just ridiculous. How do you defend against that? Especially against Karma, or with Karma and LeBlanc.
Great stuff from Young as well. He's pushing in the middle wave. Get your Baron buff onto every single lane is generally when you get a Baron buff and you want to push as a team, and this is exactly what Copenhagen Flames are doing here. Ericsson though has different thoughts.
Oh, Gooby almost goes down to the quick 1-2 by Ericsson. I told you it's such a short window that you have. If Ericsson could have stuck around to have the nice dodge there by Kex. If Ericsson could have stuck around for enough time for this chain to connect, then yes, Gooby would have been minced. But the window is too short. It's too narrow. The Corki Xayah combined auto attacks will annihilate you with these high crit chance numbers before you have the chance to do anything. But nice attempt, and it's one step closer to defending the game from being completely over.
It diminishes the time that Copenhagen Flames have with Baron buff to get another push. They will probably have the chance for one more push, but I'm not sure how many multiple lanes they will be able to pressure at once until the buff runs down. So that was great stuff by Ericsson right there, finding the ADC of Copenhagen Flames and forcing them to get back. That gives them less time to be able to pressure with this buff. Kex right here though is all alone, 5 members closing in on him.
Kex alone once again, and look, there comes Ericsson trying to just toss out a few things, delay the siege by just a second or so. Luckily this time the entirety of Nordavind was right behind Kex, but however the turret still goes down, and that's the last standing inner turret now demolished, sabotaged completely. They rotate to the air dragon and should be able to outmaneuver Nordavind as they attempt to break the base. And I mean, they have the tools. Honestly, watch the amount of ward coverage in the top side of the map. Yeah, it's going to be cleared out now, but they're allowing so much freedom for a potential split pusher to do a great job here.
And the thing is, you have all of these towers down from the side of Copenhagen Flames. You can very easily walk into the enemy jungle, lay down your wards, as you said, put down the vision, and then if Nordavind wants to check if the Baron is happening right now, they literally have to face check you. Well, good luck face checking a Rakan Javan team. It's literally the same thing like before is going to happen when Kex went a little bit too close to that bush. He had absolutely no business checking out. So, this is where it starts again. Nisris is in the bot side. He wants to start pressuring the wave. He has a teleport if he's needed by his team. And I'm pretty sure as soon as Eden Fox is close to that pit, the Baron is going to start. 1 minute and 28 seconds exactly for that purple to come back to life. And then I think a lot of action is going to start. Kexlo!
Assassination attempt once again, Ericsson, but there's a huge CC chain onto Kalhir actually, who doesn't manage to output anything of his own. Who is, God, he just goes straight to the backline. He's straight up in there and laying down the hurt. What a fight from Copenhagen Flames. They play that out so quickly. They get the Aatrox revive down, but surely this should be Copenhagen Flames hitting the base now.
Hurting with his auto attacks, but it doesn't matter because it's a 4v2. Only 2 squishy members remaining, and Nisris cancels the teleport from Ericsson. I think
nice little outplay there. Nice play by Ericsson, but it's not going to be enough, I believe. Yeah, Tide is there. He's critting all across the board. Oh, Young is the final one standing. Beautiful defense by Tide, but it is going to be Copenhagen Flames finally securing the final game of the match to take Copenhagen Flames to 2-1 versus Nordavind.
Wow, that was crazy. It is Young once again. First, he strikes with the Baron still, and now he strikes with last hitting, X-pecking the heck out of that Nexus. Congratulations, of course, to Copenhagen Flames. They're taking this series 2-1. And what a series it has been. I mean, I absolutely loved the way both of these teams played and the different compositions and ways of thinking. I felt like Nishui's played on another level. Like, if we forget completely about him getting first blooded underneath his tower, I think at level 4 or something, other than that, I think he played with so much more confidence. You saw him in this team fight. He TP'd straight into the middle of everything. We thought everything was lost for Copenhagen Flames, and he turned it around.
Yeah, he came in with the right mindset straight from the get-go. You could see it in the laning phase versus Karma. Perhaps a little bit overconfident there, wanting his revenge on Ducats. But it did translate, the right mindset did translate into the later stages of the game. We demolished, as you said. So we had 2 comebacks today. The comeback number 1 in match number 2, with Nordavind pulling it in after a 11-0 deficit in kill. It was looking hella grim for them. Copenhagen Flames do a similar accomplishment here. They secure dragon after dragon after dragon, and through those neutral objectives, claw themselves out and secure the series. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's been the matches that will be played for today, and no more action for you until Tuesday and next week. So we saw Nordavind be 2-1 by Copenhagen Flames, and Falcon 2-0ing Neon Esports. Next week, it's all about the Icelandic teams, with Dusty versus Neon, FH versus Nordavind. What an exciting prospect. Trouble, I'm looking forward to seeing the Icelandic teams. I'm going to be honest with you.
I'm looking forward to it too because, as we've seen so far, every team seems to be able to beat every team. So I can't wait to see what the Icelandic teams will bring in the table as well. We've kind of seen all other regions so far. So yeah, I think it's going to be really, really, really exciting. And thank you so much for having me today. You're going to have to deal with me the next week and the week after that. So yeah, guys, don't forget to tune in next Tuesday. We'll have the matches that Lance Minot talked to you about, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around what actually just happened
Yeah.
between Nordavind and Copenhagen Flames, because we're like, okay, if Copenhagen Flames can prove themselves, it is going to be in this game. And they actually did, taking down the first seed of Norwegian Esports League. I mean, yes, that's how you make a statement.
There were some questions answered for both of these teams, though. They had nice showings on either side. So perhaps it's possible for them to claw themselves into semifinals or a quarterfinals spot there by reaching top 6. It's absolutely doable for both of these teams if we regard their strength versus each other. So there you have it, lads. Today we saw Ventus take down MJ 2-0 with the final tribe 2-0ing Dusty. Falcon, we watched them, another 2-0 versus Neon, with FH versus Celestial Gaming, another 2-0, but this one, the final match of the day, 2-1 in favor of Copenhagen Flames. There you have the results of the day. We will be back on Tuesday next week. Dusty versus Neon, FH versus Nordavind. Don't miss it. It'll be the same time, same place, same face. Don't miss a thing. And from all of us at the Monster Energy DreamHack Studio, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.